And I don't know how I did it. I made it through, and I can't tell how I did it. But one thing I know, Jehovah took it over, and that is how I made it through. This is my testimony. I made it through, and I don't know how I did it. I made it through, and I can't tell how I did it. But one thing I know, Jehovah took it over, and that is how I made it through. I believe you also have your own testimony. Woo! You made it through, and you can't tell how you did it. You made it through, and you can't tell how you did it. But one thing I know, Jehovah took it over, and that is how you made it through. Woo! Upstairs, are we together? You made it through, and you don't know how you did it. You made it through, and you can't tell how you did it. But one thing I know, I don't know whether you know too, Jehovah took it over, and that is how we made it through.
Hi, Jeff Kush. How are you? I love the song too.
Did we?
Did you?
Did we?
Did you, Jeff?
Did we? We made it through, and we don't know how.
We did it.
We made it through, and we can't tell how we did it. But one thing we know,
Jehovah took it over. Ati sasa nitakuwa naitwa Apostle Diana. Amen. Apostle wa mambo ya relationships.
we made it through, and we don't know how we did it. But one
Thing we
we
know.
know, Jehovah.
Hi, Samson. How are you, my dear? Hi, Jessica. Happy New Year, my darling.
Give him glory.
Annette Lawson, how are you?
I made it through, and
I don't know how we did it. Hi,
I made it
hi, Wangare Kare. I love this song. Good evening. Good evening to you, dear.
But one thing I know,
Jehovah took it over,
and that is how I made it through. I made it through.
I made it through, and I don't know how I did it. Hi, Kajuju Kemathi, and thank you for being there. Thank you for always reminding me it's class time. Thank you for keeping me posted.
Louder. Oh, I made it through.
I made it through, and I don't know how I did it. I made it through, and I can't tell how I did it. One thing I know. Mr. Omonje, how are you, my dear friend? Acha nikukaribishe hapa.
Shoot it. I
Made it through, but I don't know how I did it. I made it through, I can't tell how I did it. But one thing I know, Jehovah took it over, and that is how I made it through. I made it through. Joseph Kibugi Mboro, I love this song, I love it too. One thing I know, Jehovah took it over. That is how I made it. Oh, umekaribia, my dear. We've missed you here. I know you'll be coming soon. Si tumeingia 2022.
Through the wilderness, and I can't tell how I did it.
But one thing I know, Jehovah took it over, and that is how I made it through.
I made it through the storms,
Through the
fire,
through the wilderness.
and I can't tell how I did it. But
One thing I know, Jehovah took it over, and that is how I made it through. Gladys Jerry Moore, beautiful, you are a living testimony. Amen. You are a testimony too. I know everybody has a testimony. Pius pianist, kabisa, hallelujah. Oh yes, Jehovah took it over. I made it through. Wamaitha wa Kamau is watching. Karibu sana. I cannot believe it. One thing I know, Jehovah took it over, and that is how I made it through. Wilfred Kiptum, karibu. And we don't know how we did it. We made it through, and we can't tell how we did it. But one thing we know, Jehovah took it over, and that is how we made it through. We made it through, and we don't know how we did it. We made it through, and we can't tell how we did it. But one thing we know, Jehovah took it over, and that is how we made it through.
give him a clap. If you made it through, clap for him.
One thing we know, Jehovah took it over, and that is how we made it through. One thing we know, Jehovah took it over, and that is how we made it through. One thing I know, Jehovah took it over, and that is how I made it through. One thing I know, Jehovah took it over, and that is how we made it through. One thing I know, Jehovah took it over, and that is how you made it through. One thing I know, Jehovah took it over, and that is how we made it through. That is how we made it through. That is how I 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 made it through. We made it through. Kate Blessing, karibu. Hallelujah, that's how we made it through. Auntie Kondongo. That is how we made it through. So we're going to listen to the last song and then we go to our topic. Wimbo ambao unafuata ni wa Hello. How are you? Tumefikisha nyimbo hapo because we can sing and sing and sing and enjoy and enjoy and enjoy. So acha tuendelee kutoka pale tuliachia jana. And kuna wale ambao hawajakuwa na sisi kwa muda. So you are here, you don't know where we are. So I'm not able to recap on everything that we have done since last week. But we are continuing with financial abuse. Financial abuse, for those who are joining us. We started on financial abuse yesterday, where we discussed and we said financial abuse is a form of violence. And it's a form of violence that happens in a relationship or in a marriage setup. It can be a relationship that is just starting, when people are just starting to date. And we said it is a very common type of abuse. And actually, today I have interacted with someone who brought me such an issue. And I'm so glad that whatever we are discussing here is bearing a lot of fruits. And we are able to sort out issues here and there. And also through this platform, even there before, I've been able to receive invitations to go and speak to people, especially those who are in a relationship, be they dating or married. So financial violence takes many forms. And yesterday we tried to elaborate. Number one, it can take a form of where somebody is withholding money. And they said where finances are involved, people have to be very keen. You have to be very, very keen, because it is because of finances that we find people fight. There is disagreement. And we said, if you're a family, if you're in a marriage and you have decided to live together and to invest together, you have to be very, very open. You have to be very, very open when it comes to issues to do with finances, because that's where the problem starts. Sawa, hakuna mahali pengine shida huanzia kwa relationship. Truth be told, the problems nyingi sana za marriage ama za any relationship zinaanzia pale kwa finances. So we said financial abuse is a form of violence. And I said violence si mahali ama wakati ambapo unapigwa ngumi, unapigwa kofi. Violence takes many forms, and that's why we call it gender-based violence. And domestic violence is just one type of violence that inakuja. Mara nyingi watu wana define domestic violence as physical, maana ni ile physical violence inafanyika in a domestic setup. But now we are talking about financial abuse. Financial abuse include mambo ya pesa, where money is involved. Kuna shida wakati watu wanakosa kuwa transparent. And we said yesterday that we have to be transparent. We have to work together as a family when it comes to issues to do with finances. And all this one, I said, it depends with the level of trust. For you to be able to invest with your partner, for you to be able to discuss finances with your partner, then trust level lazima ikuwe juu. And there is something somebody told me, and I really, really believe in these words. Somebody told me, once trust is broken, trust is broken and it cannot come back. Why? Because trust is like virginity. Once it is broken, it is broken. So for you to be able to work together in a relationship or in a marriage setup, trust levels lazima zikuwe juu na zikuwe juu kabisa. So there is something I want us to look into about financial abuse that hatukuweza kuangalia jana. And one thing, this is what I want us to look into. Financial abuse kwa marafiki. Do you know a friend can abuse you financially? How many of you have ever come across, or you have ever had those friends who will always borrow you money and they will not return? Hiyo inaitwa namna gani? That is financial abuse. Especially those friends who know that you are very generous. Those people who take advantage of you. Hey, unajua Omosh hawezi ninyima pesa. Omosh nikimwambia shida yangu, Omosh hawezi. Let me tell you, you are not good. You are just good because you're giving out money. If you have ever borrowed somebody money na amekuwa na hiyo trend ya anakuitisha pesa na hata kulipa, anakuitisha pesa na hata kulipa, na usianze kutag huyo mtu hapa hatumdiscuss, but I'm saying there is a form of financial violence that doesn't happen because you're married to someone or you're dating someone. That one happens kwa sababu kuna watu wako na tabia mbaya. Unajua ile wimbo ya Ben Gedhae, tabia mbaya sana. There are people who have got very bad habit ya kukopa pesa na hawalipi. That is financial abuse. That is a person who knows very well, nikiomba Moses pesa, Moses hata ninyima, but kurudisha ni matanga. That is financial abuse. That person anakuabuse financially na anatake advantage of you. So financial abuse nimesema inafanyika kwa relationship, when you're dating, inafanyika kwa marriage, na pia inafanyika kati ya marafiki. It could even be you're not dating a certain woman or you're not dating a certain man, lakini kile anakutafuta ni kuona atafaidika namna gani. Yani this person is just looking for a loophole, mahali tu atakuja akufionze damu na atoroke. And then these people will always disappear. Wala watu kuabuse financially, unajua watu hawapatikanangi rahisi. Wanapatikana rahisi saa ile wanataka kitu. Ushaona yule mtu amjaongea kwa WhatsApp kwa muda, wacha nitumie WhatsApp juu ndio siku hizi imekuwa easiest mode of communication. So mnaongea, mara ya mwisho ukiangalia chats zenyu kuna kitu alikuwa anataka. Then shida ikitatuliwa, yes, Moses Gitaka, thank you so much, amesema they are called friends with benefits. Marafiki ambao wanakuja kwa sababu kuna faida fulani wanapata. Now, hamjazungumza na huyu mtu kwa WhatsApp muda mrefu ama kwa message. So the last message was, si uniokolee $5. Niokolee 1K nitakurudishia kesho. And one warning I always give people, and this is what I have learned to do. Mtu akikukopa 20,000 anakwambia ni ya food na rent na nini. Kama unaweza afford kumpatia ya food 500 na usimdai, the better, for the sake of your peace. And this is what I have learned, and this is one thing that I would love to tell you. Learn not to borrow people money. Mtakosana. What should you do? Kama mtu ana shida na unaweza mtatulia, even if ni shida hiyo 100,000 na uko nayo and you don't want that money back, you'll not need it back, you'd rather do that. Otherwise, you'll be forever hurt. And they use this word, kindly give me 500 urgently. Ni kama walikupewa weke, si ndio Moses? So this is what they will say, kindly give me 500 bob, I'll return. Kindly, yeah. And yeah, by the way, wako na lugha nzuri sana ya kuitisha pesa. Let me tell you one thing that imenisaidia kabisa, because I deal with a lot of people. I deal with a lot of people. Some of them are even strangers I've never met. But kila mtu atakuja atakwambia, mtoto wangu anafanya, amefukuzwa shule, tulilala njaa. Let me tell you, all those are good stories. But let me tell you, for you not to be hurt, give out what will not hurt you, even if it is not returned. Sawa sawa. So this is saying about this is what I was saying. Financial abuse will take that form also, ambayo someone borrowing you money and not giving it back. Na anaweza kopa na akose ya kurudisha, lakini awe anakuzungumzia. That also makes sense. At least mtu anakuupdate, anakuambia this is what happened to me, blah blah blah, etc. Sawa sawa. Number 2, you employ somebody and this person just steals from you. Anakuibia na kwa kalamu au anakuibia hata so unajua kuna ule mtu anakufanyia calculations, anakuibia kabisa. Just because you have employed them, you've trusted them, so they decide, now hapa tumepata, tutamalizia. Hiyo ndio tutafanya nini? Hapa ndio tutamalizia. Tutamalizana na wewe na kwa kutumia kalamu. And this habit most of the time unapata iko na akina auditors na finance managers ndio wanafanya hii mambo ya kuibia mtu na kwa kutumia kalamu. Then you find there is also another form of financial abuse, and this one happens to widows so much. Wale widows ambao waume wao wamekufa, walikuwa na benefits wanafaa kupata kutoka kwa serikali. You find somebody who is seated in that office who should be helping this vulnerable woman and her children. Anatumia tu kalamu yake na knowledge yake, stealing from this woman na kumshindisha tu kwa barabara. Go come tomorrow, go come sijui siku gani, go kuja siku gani. Let me tell you, that is financial abuse. Just because this person is not in your capacity, maybe you're a director general somewhere, maybe you're a human resource somewhere, no matter your position, you're not supposed to abuse anybody financially. Wacha hata ni Biblia inasema Kaisari apewe haki yake. Wacha kila mtu apewe haki yake. You know, this Kenya, I want to tell you something about Kenya. Kenya is not poor. Hii nchi yetu si maskini. If you're able to check on the taxes you pay as an individual, and I don't mean you should be having a company or an organization. I mean you as an individual. Ukienda hata kwa duka ama kwa supermarket ama ukinunua token, hebu angalia tu what you have been charged kwa tax. And how many Kenyans are in this country? Hii nchi iko na watu wangapi? And this is why I'm saying financial abuse is everywhere. Yani tumesaraundiwa tu na financial abuse. Unapata even your own relative that you trusted so much will always take advantage of you financially. Anybody can take advantage of you financially. Sawa sawa. So it is important for you to know that financial abuse can take so many forms. And I've said today we have looked at when someone decides to borrow you money and they will not return. Sawa sawa. So we have 3 types of financial abuse. We have 3 types of financial abuse. The abuser takes care of the finances. Yani unapata yule mtu ambaye ulimwajiri pale anashughulikia fedha zako, labda hata yeye ndiye anakuibia, yeye ndiye anakuwa sasa the abuser. When somebody has assaulted you, we call them the perpetrator. But now huyu ana decide tu kukuabuse because kuna position umempea pale, ana take advantage of you just because of the position that you have given them. Also, we find it takes another form of employment sabotage and also economic exploitation. So these are some of the things that we are going to ensure that we elaborate. Tutaweza kuelaborate zaidi tomorrow. I am trying to rush today. I'm really trying to rush. So what does the statistics show? The statistics show that 54% of the victims identified financial abuse by other family. So this is a research that was done in the UK. That 54% ya wale watu wamepitia financial abuse, wengi wao wamepitia kwa sababu ya family. Maybe, as I had said, you have borrowed maybe your brother or your sister or your cousin some money, or somebody who is very close to you, maybe a family friend, na huyo mtu decide, I'm not going to return this money. Kwani atanifanya? So this person has just taken advantage of you, and they want to do what? They want just to misuse you and to abuse you financially. One thing that I want to warn you is anybody can take advantage of you. Whether you are related or not, anybody can decide to take advantage of you. So you're supposed to be very keen. And for us women, I said yesterday, for those who are dating, and especially to the young girls, and this is something that I've spoken to the students anytime I'm invited to speak to students in the universities. You should never overtrust to an extent you go and start a joint account with someone. Let me tell you, as long as you're not brought up by the same mother, as long as you did not come from the same womb, that person is a stranger to you. You should never ever overtrust. And this one I keep on warning, and especially young girls, because you are the ones who are falling victims. If you have a sister, if you have a daughter, kindly, if you have a cousin, tell her not to overtrust to an extent of going and opening a joint account with someone just because you have been told that they love you. Sorry. Anybody can tell you they love you. And let me tell you, it is so easy to tell somebody, I love you. You know, those are just words, you can easily utter. But people who mean they love you, they are very few. So ensure that nobody takes advantage of you because you are a young girl, or because you just joined campus the other day. Kindly take care of yourself. And even for the young men who are our sons, ensure that nobody will take advantage of you. And we said, for this one, anytime we are having our discussion here, we will be talking about our young girls and our young men, because they are our tomorrow. If we don't mentor them today, and because we are moms to both girls and boys, we are supposed to mentor them and ensure that we bring up in the right way, because tomorrow my young daughter could be someone's wife, or my son could be someone's husband. So we must make sure that we talk to our young children. Sawa sawa. The other thing is, when you're going to take loans, ensure that you know if these companies, and especially these phone applications that have come, do they mean well? I know we find ourselves in a fix that you end up getting some loans from these phones applications, or you get some loans that have got very high rates. This one is financial exploitation. They are going to abuse you, because you see, when you don't have, somebody will take advantage of you. And let me tell you, the people who are growing even these phone applications that borrow loans, I don't know what they are called. They are the moment you go and borrow and grow them, it is not the rich that grow them. The rich have got no problem with them, and actually the rich are the owners of these applications. So you have to get to know, when am I being abused financially? Sawa sawa. So these are topics that we started yesterday, and we are looking into it deeply, and we are trying to figure out and see the ways that we can protect ourselves from financial abuse. The other question that cropped up yesterday, somebody inboxed me and asked me, can your parents abuse you financially? I'll say yes and no. This depends with the type of parents that you have. There are parents who are very caring, and there are parents who really want to see their children grow. There are parents who will never even joke around with even a single coin of yours. So somebody asked me, can your parents abuse you financially? My answer is yes and no. So it is important for you to, okay, Moses, I've seen your question. I'm going to answer it. We spoke about it yesterday, but I'm going to remind ourselves about that. So there are parents who will take care of you, and they will take care of each and every single coin of yours. But I have dealt with some of my friends in diaspora who have told me they have wanted to invest back at home. But one of my very good friends came to Kenya, and she was literally crying because of her own mom. She sent money, and then she was being sent photos. See how we have built for you, see how we are growing you, see how. And when she came to Kenya, guess what happened? She was taken rounds and rounds until evening. Na napelekwa barabara zile ziko na traffic. And this is somebody who had really stayed in one of the countries because she didn't have the right papers to come back. So she had overstayed, she had stayed without coming back home for over 10 years. So then this time came, I think 5 years ago, 4 years ago, I went to the US, and I happened to be in one of the meetings, and I met this woman, and she was really, really crying. So when she came back to Kenya, she had trusted somebody who was not even family, and she came back and she was so happy because everything that she trusted this other person to do for her was done. So can your parents abuse you financially? Yes and no. It depends with the type of parents and a type of family that you're coming from. I'll not judge. Moses says, Diana, does this phrase work in a relationship? Your money is ours and my money is mine. We spoke about this yesterday. My money is my money and your money is our money. Okay. It is also financial abuse in a way, because you find there is somebody who will never spend their money. And I said, in a relationship setup, it is about transparency. It is about trust. So if somebody doesn't want to spend their money, or maybe this person is just investing, and the other person's work is to pay bills, then you have to get to know that there is one person who is financially abusing the other. Tumeelewana Moses hapo? So, one thing I didn't say about parents. So there are parents who will always use finances to exploit, to manipulate, and to control their children. Usipofanya hivi, nitakuachia laana. Usipofanya hivi, let me tell you, one thing that I believe, we get blessings from our parents. It is our responsibility to take care of our parents. But let me tell you, it is not our parents' responsibility to threaten us so that we can support them. So it is so important, very, very important, for the parents also to get to know where they should draw a line when it comes to finances. Maybe even the salary that you are earning, haikutoshi wewe na familia yako, but your parents are here, they are bothering you, they are doing this. Yes, it is their right to get something from you. They deserve to get something from you. But they should not be demanding. They should not be controlling you for them to get something. Oh my God, I wanted to finish by 9, and here we are. So, I think tomorrow we are going to look into red flags of financial exploitation. Kajuju Kimathi, you are the one to remind me. And I know tomorrow will be a bit early. I will really try, because over the weekend I'll be out of Nairobi. Maybe we are not going to have this over the weekend, but I'll try my best. So because I'm supposed to be leaving tomorrow, I'll ensure from wherever I will be able to try kabla nipoteze network. Shiko wa Edu, you have just come in, karibu sana. So for you who have been able to join us, Kajuju, you are the one to remind me. Tomorrow we are tackling red flags of financial exploitation. And every one of you who is here and who has been following me, asanteni sana. Darasa yetu leo kuliharibika stima, so nikatorokea hii klasi ya wenyewe. So that's why you seeing me seated on the side, but I really wanted to ensure that we don't miss this class today. I love you all so much. One thing that I want you to do, kindly go to my YouTube channel, Diana Kamande HSC. Ensure you subscribe, because every time we finish talking about anything, we finish discussing anything, I always download this and share it on my YouTube channel, so that it can be very easy for you to share with your friend, or for you to go back there and maybe refresh your memory on something we spoke about. Continue sending those questions via inbox. And for those who are asking if I do speaking engagements, yes, I do that. Kindly inbox so that we can be able to talk about it more and more. So tomorrow we look at the red flags of financial abuse. What are the red flags? How will you know that you're going through financial abuse? Na nimeona Moses Gitaka ameleta moja, pesa yangu ni yangu, pesa yako ni yetu. We are going to elaborate that. But one thing I have always said on this platform is that you get to know gender-based violence happens to both men and women, but women suffer more. Women are more vulnerable, and we are going to look into by the time we finish discussing all the types of abuse, you're going now to see for yourself why women are more vulnerable compared to men. Sawa. So continue sharing, keep sharing, share on other pages, share with your friends. Also go to my YouTube channel. Make sure that you subscribe, Diana Kamande HSC. Watch the previous videos. Watch also other videos that we post about our organization and the work we're doing. And for those who are here for the first time today, we always have a Valentine's dinner. This time we are doing a pre-Valentine's dinner on 11th of February. We will be at Safari Park Hotel. And I gave our office numbers 0702 577 477, 0702 577 477. If you are willing to sponsor somebody, Safari Park Hotel is a 5-star hotel. It's only 5,000 Kenya shillings for an individual ticket. We also have the VIP tickets going for 20,000 Kenya shillings. So if you're willing to sponsor somebody, we don't have a sponsor yet, but if we get somebody to sponsor, then we are going to see what to do. But if you're willing to sponsor anyone to attend the dinner, most of the time the pre-Valentine's dinner or the Valentine's dinner is attended by the widows, and we don't charge them. So that's why we always reach out to people to support. We reach out to organizations to support, because we cannot charge the widows who are coming to the dinner. So karibu sana Nyambura Wambiu, karibu. Umechelewa lakini najua utasoma. You will follow. Mwene Nyandarua BK, karibu sana. And to all of you, I've seen quite a number of my friends here. Karibuni sana, karibuni. Wacha niwawevie muone, nimewaona. Mary Agola, karibu. Antonella, karibu. Oh, my dear sister Leah Wangeshi Washira, karibu. We have been speaking about crew in our previous lessons. And when we were introducing, we even shared the number so that people who need help can reach out to crew. Wanjiko Ndongo, karibu. Margaret Githuku, karibu. Kumbe ni wengi. Itabidi niwawevie nyinyi wote. Jerry and the rest. So we are going to continue tomorrow na tukiweza. Linda has done something very, very credible today. They were together with Wakili Onsongo, and they were talking. Oh, Dr. Monica Kangethe, karibu sana. Linda was with Wakili Onsongo today, and they were speaking to one of the survivors. If you go to our page, Come Together Widows and Orphans Organization, you're going to see and to follow the conversation they had. They had an amazing conversation. So tomorrow we look at the red flags of financial abuse. Kwa hivyo, tukutane kesho, panapo majaliwa yake Mwenyezi Mungu. And for those who have not been able to follow our previous classes, tulianza hii class tukiwa wachache, naona ina grow, and we are really excited. I'm so humbled, and I thank God. And if you have not purchased a copy of my book, it's here, Scars of Honor. It's my story about my life. As most of you know my life as a survivor, how I got some of these scars that you can see, but you don't know how I grew up. So purpose to get a copy of Scars of Honor, reach out to us, and we are going to tell you how you're going to get it. I hope my friend who is still helping me to make arrangements of Amazon and Kindle is still working on that, and very soon people who are in diaspora are able to get it online. For those who are in diaspora and they are also willing to receive it ahead of time, we can always make arrangements. I have sent quite a number of books to several countries, UK, US, and also UAE. So it is so important. If you need a copy of the book, just let me tell you. I know it will cost you for us to send it to you, but it is okay. If you love me and you love the work that we do, I know it won't be a huge burden to you. God bless you as you purpose to purchase a copy of this book, Scars of Honor, and see you tomorrow evening. Bye-bye.